Hey everyone, Simon here again for the Modern Awakened Perspective, your map for the path to enlightenment. Got a couple stories for you again here today. The first one's about some undercover work done by Project Veritas, showing some corruption at Facebook. Surprise, surprise. And the second one will be another Michael Cohen story. Before I get into the first story here, everyone, please give me a thumbs up if you like this kind of content, and subscribe if you haven't already. That makes it easier for people to find my channel down the road. So let me go ahead and get into the first story. Again, this is about undercover work done to show how Facebook has been hiding conservative information. So I'm sure you're familiar with Project Veritas. They've done some undercover work in the past. Basically, they did some work with CNN and showed that they, that the Russian narrative story was a nothing burger, as far as that was the words of one of their employees, but that they had to run with that story for the ratings. Also, they showed an undercover video there in Florida for a politician, Andrew Gilliam, with one of his staffers talking about how his message to the public doesn't really correlate with what his real agenda was. So they've done some really good work. And now with what they've done with Facebook, I'm really happy to promote their brand. So again, Project Veritas is back at it again. The new video shows journalist James O'Keefe confronting two Facebook employees who were responsible for basically altering the company's algorithm and their program for promoting content. Basically, conservative content was being what they would call de-boosted. The engineers at Facebook would write algorithms that would silence conservatives, also based on the words they used. And this would effectively demote what they deemed bad content. Now, obviously, they were only doing this to conservative messages, and so that's what they deemed the bad content. Now, there were some leaked documents that Project Veritas was able to get their hands on, and this came from an ex-employee who was responsible for content review, and this was at the Intellectual Property Division. It also showed that conservative users would be labeled trolls, and that they would have their bandwidth limited, and also their comments would be blocked. It would also label conservative content as hate speech. This is all on the Facebook platform. This was all written into the algorithms that a couple of these people programmed into the platform. And basically, there was another special feature that triggered these sort of policies during election times, so that whenever an election was about to happen, conservative messages would be hidden even more, so that people wouldn't be able to find it and maybe decide to vote that way. So Mr. O'Keefe from the Project Veritas actually confronted the two of the workers from Facebook and questioned them about the algorithms that they were able to contribute to, and the policy itself that the site has employed. Now, these were two people who were shown to have worked on the algorithm and to use against conservative content. Now, both people, once confronted, refused to answer any questions and basically ran away. So that goes to show they knew what they were doing was unethical and definitely not moral. But Facebook is basically one-sided, and it's shown here through this sort of undercover work that they are blatantly trying to hide conservative messages and hide conservative pages, discredit conservative users and commenters. So again, I'm not surprised. I don't know how you feel, but if you'd like to comment, the comment section is open. Whether you agree or disagree, feel free to leave a message down there. But that's the story from my perspective. I'll see you on the next one.